So Michael, I'm excited to present this award to you, the 2025 National Student Broadband Award from Connected Nation. And if you'd like to come up to the stage, we'll be honored to bestow that.
Michael Schmalz, a senior at the Altamont School in Birmingham, Alabama, received a standing ovation for the award that he didn't see coming.
I was definitely surprised, to say the least. I had no idea it was going to happen.
Both of our extended families were aware that the award was coming. They didn't know all the details, but it seemed odd to be talking. It was like we were talking about it behind his back.
Connected Nation has only given out 4 national broadband awards in its nearly 25-year history. This is the first given to a student.
What's so amazing about Michael is that he wasn't doing this for the accolades, right? He wasn't doing this to impress anyone. He wasn't doing this for an award.
I knew that I wanted to do something regarding the digital divide, specifically because I live in Alabama and it's such a big problem in rural states like Alabama.
Michael found inspiration among his classmates.
I didn't think that I could start my own project myself, but it was actually through seeing another classmate of mine. His name is Alexander, and he had a project where he helped send gifts to Ukrainian children.
And he found the support he needed from his school.
Miss Still and all the volunteers and all the other resources that I found through the Myrie Center, I feel were unparalleled in helping me be inspired to lead in my community and pick a problem that I was passionate about and try to affect it in any way that I could.
We don't only want students to graduate from Altamont and pursue careers and such. We want them to truly be a change in the world and truly change the fabric of society in a most positive way.
Michael took that idea seriously and began researching what he could do.
And so the first thing that I did is I looked up different initiatives that help bridge the digital divide. And one of the first ones that came up was Connected Nation. And after scrolling on their website for probably 5 minutes, I found the Teen Teach Tech organization. And I mean, obviously I'm a teen, so I felt like it was a perfect match. I think it was definitely not a coincidence that it was one of the first search results for me.
Once he found Teens Teach Tech powered by AT&T, the only question in Michael's mind was where to take the program first. The answer came from someone he recently lost, his grandmother, Mary Catherine.
The digital divide is personal to me because for me, it deals with my grandmother, Mama. Seeing her struggle with technology helped me realize that there are a number of senior citizens in the US and internationally that struggle with technology simply because they didn't grow up using it. And so they need more attention and more focused help to become knowledgeable about the internet and devices.
Michael taught me how to get the phone off of the video recorder and just take still pictures. For some reason I got into the video and couldn't get out.
Skip Bell is a resident at Kirkwood by the River, a quiet retirement community set back in a wooded area outside of Birmingham in Irondale, Alabama.
We have a digital class and invite the residents. So I just put up a sign-up sheet. I had no idea if anyone would sign up, but we had quite a few, like 10 sign up. And our caller said, "You're not going to believe this, but I have like 10 people that want to come." So we arranged it with their teaching schedule, and he brought a whole sort of team with him. And if I remember, I think there were maybe 5 the first time that they came. And they sort of split up in the group, and it went really well because everybody had something kind of different. Michael was had a plan for the class, I think, but everybody came with their own plan. So he just kind of pivoted and went kind of with what the group needed.
Michael's flexible approach worked.
I think when Michael did his presentation here, I maybe just had my phone with me, but I have an iPad. I have, and once you get used to using these pieces of equipment, when one goes down, it's like, because there are not a lot of people who you can contact. This isn't the Apple man. This is who you call. You don't get that kind of help.
I can't imagine going through the day without having this thing. Every day at lunch, somebody has a question about something that we don't know about. So well, let me get the brain out. We'll see what it is.
The lessons Michael shares range from email and phone basics to navigating the internet. But it's not all about accessing information. There are also classes to help seniors protect themselves.
It seemed like a lot of people there struggle specifically with cybersecurity scams, and have lost like thousands of dollars to those scams.
It's really sad how convincing the hackers and the people are that are trying to steal something from you. So we're trying to make sure that we keep them safe, not only from falling, but from falling into some kind of situation where they lose something. So.
For those involved in the classes, there's been another unexpected benefit.
Being able to have these high school volunteers come and talk with them and really value the conversation and listen to their problems and their digital goals was incredibly important for her. And so just hearing that firsthand perspective helped me value that relationship even more.
What's it like to have a high school student come in and help you with these devices?
Humbling. I think it's great. I think it's a rare opportunity for both sides to have exposure to older people and have exposure to younger people.
Is because I've tried to do some things online, and it's just not the same. I mean, you don't have a contact with them, and when you're utterly lost, so many times it's like, here, let me have your phone and I'll show you what to do. And going through that is, I learn more.
The Teens Teach Tech powered by AT&T program provides financial incentives for teens taking part, encouraging them to train more people in essential digital skills. It's what Michael did with those funds that really caught the attention of Connected Nation.
I started an organization called Digital Harmonies, in which I wanted to help low-income individuals gain access to the internet and devices that they didn't have. And so I used all the stipends that I earned, along with some money that I fundraised personally through Altamont, and I used these funds to establish a computer lab at Church of the Reconciler.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is the beginning of the setup process for the computer lab.
Jamaica Walker is the care case manager for the church, which is located in downtown Birmingham. She shared with us how the church sets up the computer lab.
With the actual laptop. We also give them a kind of like a little card that goes around their neck, so we can just keep everything in line.
It's going great. I love to see people able to come in and sit at a computer that is really, for the 30 minutes that they check it out, it's theirs. So they're not having to come to an office where someone else mediates for them. They can sit at the computer and do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. And they can have help, of course, if they don't know how to do something.
Being able to learn how to use a computer, everything that we do this age, if you don't have a computer or at least a smartphone, you're already behind the 8 ball, you know what I mean? So it's just, it gives them a sense of being able to accomplish things on their own. And I think I like that a lot.
How surprised were you to find out it was an 18-year-old?
I did not. Yeah. I really did not know. I mean, so when someone emails you and they tell you that they have a grant for technology, I just did not picture an 18-year-old who's still in high school. And so we start having this whole communication about meeting up at the church and receiving these grant funds. And then Michael's mom stepped in and said, well, I'm going to have to check Michael out of school to bring him during your hours. And that was when I learned that Michael was still in school. And I think it's so beautiful. I mean, what Michael has done is amazing, but it's also just one example of how teenagers are very motivated and very creative and skilled people, and they're ready to make a difference in the world.
Thank you so much for donating that and just thinking of us, you know. Appreciate that a lot.
For Michael, this is just the beginning of what's to come.
I want to be able to carry forward digital Harmonies into Johns Hopkins and be able to go to different senior centers around Baltimore or community centers around Baltimore and continue teaching the workshops, because I know there's a need wherever I go.
Making a difference in the world. It's a common thread throughout everything Michael does. A trait that once again calls back to time spent with his grandmother.
To those in need, serving the poor, serving her church. I mean, even, you know, sometimes just a person on the street that she would meet, you know, always a kind word. That was just my mom.
And I think she was just relentless in her community engagement, and that's something that I wanted to embody myself. And yeah, that's something that I definitely tried to tell her before she passed away, and now I hope that she's like looking down on me and she's just proud of me.